Hello, my name is Elias Siegelman, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to break down a viral email report that could be the smoking gun in the Epstein files. I mean, the whole thing is a bonfire, and we're all coughing in the smoke, but hey, there's gotta be a specific thing, right? So this is a really stunning support. We're gonna break it down and take a closer look at this intriguing discovery. So, ready? Let's roll the clip.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Bondi, I went over to the department yesterday for a couple of hours to review some of the unredacted materials. And I am looking forward to your detailed explanation for why you have withheld almost half of the documents, which is required by the bill. Now, obviously, there are 3 million documents, so I didn't get through much. But one thing I didn't see was the client list that you said you had on your desk a year ago. I did, however, find a couple of important documents. An 86-page prosecution memo from the Southern District of New York, and a draft indictment from Florida against Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirators. For reasons that I cannot understand nor are permitted by the bill, they were still redacted, even for members of Congress. So, Ms. Bondi, will you commit right here to immediately providing those two documents in unredacted form to members of Congress?
Get ready for maximum bullshit.
Not a complicated question.
Well, I guess it is for you because you have a law degree and those are privileged.
Okay, they're not privileged, but we will discuss that later. I also found an email that I have right here from Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislaine Maxwell.
Just like the attitude. Like she's such a bitch.
That was unredacted. And it included notes of statements that Donald Trump made about his prior relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, there is no reason for this to be hidden from the American people. There is no privilege, there is no attorney-client privilege, and I see you're checking with your staff, and I can assure you, staff, this is not under attorney-client privilege because it was sent from Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislaine Maxwell. Will you commit to publicly providing the unredacted version of this so that the American people can understand the extent of Donald Trump's lies about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein?
And before we get into that, it's gonna be, again, maximum bullshit, but like, she doesn't have any answers. Every single time she answers, it's just to delay, to lie, to literally attack the members who are doing the hearing, who are asking her questions. It's like, oh, why do you ask the question that way? Well, you have Donald Trump derangement syndrome. It's like she has no answers. She's stalling for time. This entire hearing is a farce. She should be held in contempt. She doesn't have any answers. All of these redactions that should not be redacted and the non-redactions that should be redacted are evidence to the fact that she's purposely putting the victims at risk, putting the survivors at more risk, and putting the perpetrators of the crimes in the files in defense. She's defending Trump. She's defending the actual criminals. She doesn't have any answers to these questions because she's not allowed to. Daddy Trump doesn't let her. She has to protect him. She has to brown nose him even more. There is no answer to this. Let's continue the clip.
You're about as good of a lawyer today as you were when you tried to impeach President Trump in 2016. Have you apologized for that in 2019?
So will you unredact this? Will you
were
unredact
lead
this?
counsel on that privilege.
I'm asking you, will you unredact?
Yo, what a bitch. God damn. Oh, man.
This.
Privileged.
Privileged, of course. I look forward to discussing this more. Now, these are obviously...
Right. We're going to be discussing this more. Where are we going to be discussing this? Is it going to be with Pam Bondi behind bars, where she deserves to be? Holy, like, could you imagine anyone responding in a hearing like this and not immediately being held in contempt? What? like, it's unimaginable. She's allowed to get away with this because she works for Trump, obviously. But any normal person would just be, like, shackled immediately. Like, you can't answer that way. Obviously she can because this is the country we're in now, but damn.
The improper redactions.
And let me
to
stop for a
protect-
minute.
I'm
No,
talking.
no.
I'm
If they're
talking.
And let me stop you there. Well, excuse me, princess. Let me stop you right there and go on about how much you have Donald Trump derangement syndrome and you tried to go ahead and prosecute Trump, my daddy Trump. Listen to, oh God, it's so bad.
not privileged,
Quiet.
don't yell at me. If they're not
Mr. Chairman, would you
privileged,
stop the
though
clock?
you
This is
use-
on your time. It's not on Mr.
If they're
Goldman.
not
Even though you
privileged,
used your
if we review
improper
them and they're not-
redactions
you'll like my answer.
to
If we
continue
review
to
them and they're not
protect
privileged,
Donald
Time belongs to
we
the
will
member.
be happy to release them.
We'll
after
stop the
review.
clock. We'll stop the clock. Time belongs to the member. Go ahead.
Like, oh man, he's a Republican. He has to be like, ugh, Pam Bondi, shut up. Shut up. It's his time. Shut up.
Even though you used improper redactions to protect Donald Trump and other predators associated with Jeffrey Epstein, you did the exact opposite thing with the survivors and victims of this scheme. So their identification
Yeah, again, literally protecting the criminals and showing to the world who the survivors are, even though the survivors' names should have been redacted to protect them, and the perpetrators' names should have been unredacted based on the literal, actual definitional law, the Epstein Files Transparency Act. And she did the literal opposite. It's criminal. It's a crime. She should be behind bars.
information was really the only thing required to be redacted, and it was not. And it's clear this was not a mistake. This was not by accident. This was not because you only had 30 days when you really used 75, and that doesn't even include all the...
Yes, again, every single day past the original 30 days is also a crime. Everything should have been released immediately, and every single day that it's not is criminal. It's criminal.
hours last March that you were redacting it. But I'll tell you why it's clear it wasn't a mistake. There is an email entitled Epstein
go.
Victim List. There are 32 names. One is redacted, 31 are not. So someone looked at it and decided to redact something. And I will tell you that that is clearly intentional to intimidate these survivors and victims. Now,
The victims' names were unredacted on purpose. On purpose, this entire list of victims' names to intimidate them, to threaten them. They've gotten death threats because of this. It's on purpose.
interview last week,
How will you tell me that's intentional?
in an interview last week, Deputy Attorney General
Speaking out of
Todd
turn.
You
Blanche
can't go off script.
said that any
Oh, what a bitch. Oh my God.
victim that wants to speak with the department has done so, hopefully. Well, thanks to the incredibly brave people sitting here behind you, we can actually ask them if that's true. Now, would the survivors and victims who are here please stand up one more time? Just by show of hands, how many of you or your loved ones actually have met with the Department of Justice and provided testimony and estimate and evidence? None.
Okay, so we don't see it here because the camera is just pointed at Mr. Moskowitz here. But again, all the survivors stood up. All of them raised their hands, or they were all like, yeah, basically none of them met with Pam Bondi. None of them met with the DOJ. These are survivors. They're victims. They should have been interviewed. They have a lot of evidence. They have a lot of firsthand experience. And they did not talk to them. They don't want the truth. They can't handle the truth. It's literally, they don't want it. They're trying to defend the criminals in the Epstein files and purposely release the names of the survivors to intimidate them. They didn't actually talk to the survivors who could just say, yeah, this person did this person did that, but they didn't do that on purpose. It's on purpose.
And of those of you who have not met, which is everyone, how many of you have reached out either individually or through a lawyer or representative to offer to provide testimony and evidence? All of them. And of those of you, all of you who have reached out, how many of you were denied or ignored by the Department of Justice? All of them. And
Fucking classic. Every time. Every time. Every time. Every fucking time.
despite the shameful and despicable efforts by Miss Bondi and her department to intimidate you, how many of you are still willing to speak to the Department of Justice? All of them. Well,
Fucking heroes. Could you imagine? Could you comprehend? These people are being threatened. Their lives are being threatened by MAGA, by the rest of the people in the Epstein files who don't want their names coming out. Multiple people have already who had attempted to come out and talk about how the people in the Epstein files had raped them, were eating children, and they got literally. And these heroes, these survivors, are all willing to talk about their experiences and on record discuss who's in the Epstein files, what happened, who perpetrated what. Heroes. And Pam Bondi, disgusting, filthy, fascist fucking bitch that she is, has the fucking nerve to insult them to their goddamn faces. Never meet with any of them, never question any of them, never gather any evidence, because she wants to protect the pedophiles, the murderers, the cannibals in those Epstein files. That is it. That is it. She goes like this to Trump, she goes like this to pedophiles, and at the end of the day, that is what she represents. That is Republicans, that is MAGA at their core. The survivors are right there. They can tell you everything. You can say, oh, I don't believe the survivor. It's in the Epstein files. They can corroborate. Just gather the evidence. Actually look into it like it's an actual case. Pursue justice. But no, that's not what they want. They don't want justice. They are there to protect the pedophiles. That is what it's all about.
well, Miss Bondi, it looks like you have some more witnesses
Gentleman's
to
time has
talk to,
expired.
and I yield back.
We will go to the good gentleman from North Carolina, Congressman Knott.
Expertly done.
Thank
May
you.
I have a moment, Congressman?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God. All right, here we go. Listen to this bitch. Let's go.
Thank you. Here we go. Here's the photograph. This is why he wanted to repeat everything that had been said previously on Epstein. This is his state, New York.
Look at this graph.
You probably don't even know who this is. Wahid Mohammed from Afghanistan.
Yes, because I'm no longer a prosecutor.
Convicted of assault. Wow, he represents New York. Wow, yet he doesn't care about the illegal aliens.
Pam Bondi being accused of protecting the pedophiles and not talking to the survivors is like, yeah, but what about illegal immigrants? Can you believe this fucking bitch? Holy shit. Holy shit.
Convicted of crimes, assault and homicide. No longer a prosecutor, so he doesn't care about his constituents. Here we go. Arson, El Salvador.
She had these pictures prepared. She's like, time to bring out the immigrants who committed crimes.
Miguel Palacios.
What does this have to do with anything?
Furman Flores Ramales, Mexico. Rape.
Let's
Donald Trump. Rape. Thank you very much, fucking Pam Bondi. Disgusting. Fucking disgusting. What a fucking evil cunt.
talk about the 70% of immigrants who are detained without a criminal conviction
about
or
that.
arrest.
Stop the clock. Stop the clock. Time belongs to Congressman Knott.
That hurt my soul. Yo, okay. So Pam Bondi's record as Attorney General was actively being exposed. She was naked on stage there throughout the hearing. She was picked apart. She demonstrated time and time again how evil and horrible she was. Like, Pam Bondi is actively participating in a purposeful cover-up, refusing to be transparent, and not providing any necessary answers, even though she legally has to in this hearing. And she should be held in contempt. She should be behind bars. She's a criminal. Oh, man. Whew. Let us know what you think about this viral moment as Pam Bondi continues to dodge questions throughout the hearing, despite important points being presented by several Democrats on the council, despite being pointedly asked, why are you breaking the law? Why are you doing this? So let us know what you think. Like and subscribe as well. And as always, thank you for watching. I'm Elias Siegelman, and we'll see you in the next video with another exciting clip and some exciting, juicy commentary. Can't wait. All right, everyone. Peace.